Afternoon, everyone. I think it's loud enough time for everybody to join. So welcome to those who have attended and given up a little bit of your time on a chilly Joburg afternoon. So thank you once again for attending. Just a little bit of a background about who's on the call. My name's Katie McKnight. I'm one of the directors from Modena Infrastructure, and we'll be joined by a couple of people from the Eagle Point team that will do an introduction on themselves just now. So there's who's on the call with us this afternoon. So just a little bit about who Modena is, if you're not aware of us. Modena is one of the preferred Autodesk partners of many customers in South Africa and Africa, to say. With more than 70 highly skilled personnel across multiple branches. We're up in Africa as well. We're the only platinum Autodesk reseller in Africa. We've been servicing our clients for over 20 years, and our vision is really to be the preferred dynamic partner shaping and building in the building industry through progressive innovation. Our promise to all our clients is to build lasting relationships by continuously adding value and helping you deliver better projects. Modena has partnered with Eagle Point for about the last 4 or 5 years, and we've really started making headway in the market in South Africa in terms of bringing this amazing platform to the foreground of our clients. It is one of the few online learning platforms that helps the AEC and manufacturing clients and industry with immediate answers and solutions to their technical questions with all the Autodesk training needs, along with other additional add-in and plugins. So with that being said, I'm going to hand over to the Eagle Point. I don't need to go on and on about Modena and our partnership. The ladies will take you through some more information about Eagle Point and the Pinnacle Series.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Katie, for that introduction. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rose Otto. I am a partner manager with Eagle Point Software, the company behind the Pinnacle Series, working very closely with Katie and the rest of the Modena team. So thank you all for joining today. It's a pleasure to do this webinar. To talk a little bit about the company behind Pinnacle Series, there are a couple of things that I want you to know before we get started. Our staff really works closely with the Modena team and consists of architects and engineers and construction managers, customer success managers, and developers to really develop the solution, work on that solution, and create content for the solution as well. So, and then our large team of customer success managers are here to make sure that Modena clients are successful with this e-learning platform. So this platform dates back to 2006. It's been around for a while. A lot has happened, especially recently over the years. With acquisitions and other features and content we have added. So it's been quite a busy couple of years. As Katie mentioned too, we've been partners with Modena for 4 or 5 years or so, and it's been really good over the last couple of years. So it's been a great partnership. Together with Modena and our other global partners, we have over 300,000 users in the platform today. We are one of the founding members of the Autodesk Developer Network and an authorized publisher with Autodesk as well. And the reason I say that is because we got early access to new releases and are a recommended platform by Autodesk as well. So without further ado, I just want to dive right in. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Jill to kind of set the stage as to why Pinnacle Series was founded in 2006, and then we'll take you through how Pinnacle Series e-learning can help with productivity. All right, Jill.
Great. Thanks, Rose. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for this Pinnacle Series overview. As Rose said, I'm Jill Malloy, and I'm a customer success manager with Eagle Point Software. And I have the opportunity to work with organizations within the AEC and manufacturing space to ensure successful implementation and really to help them leverage the right tools within the platform to provide ongoing value and return through the life of their subscription. So I'd like to go ahead and first get started. by talking a little bit about why Pinnacle Series exists and how it has evolved into the platform that you'll be seeing here shortly. So Pinnacle Series really caters to the AEC industry and directly addresses three core challenges around technology that AEC organizations commonly face. So they are continuous learning, they're knowledge sharing, and increasing productivity. So I want to take a minute to just unpack these individually a little bit because they really are the foundation behind Pinnacle Series. So the first is with continuous learning, and this really includes everything from onboarding of new hires to technology training, to zoning in on and targeting specific skills gaps, to adoption of new technology. So if you think about how difficult it is for any organization to really stay up on and train and ensure all staff continue to hone their skills and keep up to date with the latest technology, the new releases and enhancements or onboarding and training new employees, there are really a number of instances where making sure that you have a quality training platform is going to be very beneficial and important to ensure that you establish a quality and skilled workforce. So Pinnacle Series provides a solution that's customizable to your organization's learning and training needs, and it brings the learning and training materials and tools together under one cohesive platform. And Pinnacle Series offers some really unique elements to meet this and other continuous learning challenges head on, as we'll see once we jump into the platform. The second is with capturing and sharing knowledge. So this really includes things like best practices, company procedures and standards, establishing workflows, templates, lessons learned, cheat sheets, tips and shortcuts and the like. So this is an area that has become more and more important in a remote environment or with organizations with multiple office locations. So Pinnacle Series brings information and knowledge together where it can be shared and leveraged appropriately over the entire organization. And users can access Pinnacle Series from any time from anywhere they are. And then finally, increasing productivity is the third common challenge. So this includes things like schedules, on-time project completion, quality standards, meeting or beating budgets, all the many moving parts within the industry that are really reliant on the productivity of employees. So stopping project work to have to research information or searching for answers or seeking out that internal expert on specific topics, or even sifting through piles of notes to effectively do a job really slows that productivity. So ultimately, these are the three core challenges surrounding why Pinnacle Series was created and how it exists today. Employees can jump into the platform, they can run a quick search for information, whatever they need help with, answers to, or references for, and project work moves forward. So this ultimately increases productivity and is really the foundation of what Pinnacle Series is built on. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the platform now. And what you are seeing is the home screen. So note that this platform is completely customizable, so you can brand with your organization's branding guidelines and logo, your color theme, images, things like that. Everything is widget based, so you can also personalize the platform. You can change the layout, move around the different elements. So this really becomes your organization's internal trusted solution. So with the platform being completely customizable, where you can add your own assets and content, it's important to point out that Pinnacle Series is a browser-based system. So this allows for unlimited storage in the cloud. And it also means that everyone has access to Pinnacle Series anywhere and on any device, as long as there's internet access available. And this is useful in our remote office environments as well, for organizations that have multiple office locations. So doing a quick glance at the home page, you'll notice that there are three main areas in the center of the page. They're the search area here, And they're my work groups area here, and then the my courses area. And the average person coming into Pinnacle Series will be looking for information, looking for answers or solutions to get help with something, or maybe to learn a new skill or hone their skills. So typically this is one of the 3 areas that will be accessed by Pinnacle users. Next, I'd like to highlight the asset libraries. So basically this area on the left here is the area that organizes all of the content. On the top half of this asset library is the custom asset library. So you can add content into the platform to create a central repository of information for your users. And again, you have unlimited cloud storage for this. And then below here is what we call the public libraries, or the out-of-the-box content that comes pre-built with your subscription to Pinnacle Series. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of information available here and content. Autodesk is going to be the largest and most robust library, but we also do have additional libraries. Adobe, we have some Bentley content here, Bluebeam, I apologize there. Bluebeam, even some health and safety, some Microsoft content. There is quite a bit of information here and content available for your users. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into one of the asset libraries, and I'm going to navigate over to Revit, for example. And you'll see there that there are 4 different asset types for training, learning, and content. And these are learning paths, workflows, documents, and videos. And this is all content that is prepackaged with your Pinnacle Series subscription. And I'll touch on each of these assets in more detail as we walk through the platform. So let's take a look actually at using the platform. In the My Courses area, for example, I'm just going to go into a learning path that I'm already enrolled in. So with eLearning today, it's become fairly standardized where a user is, guided through a number of, tasks or content resources, videos, text materials. But learning and training is an area where Pinnacle Series is really unique and stands out in several areas. So the first area is where employees have the ability to self-enroll or be assigned into a learning by a manager or a supervisor. So learning with Pinnacle is self-paced. So staff can complete learning as they have time, or they can prioritize their time for learning based on an assignment or a due date. So again, I'm just going to show you how employees can self-enroll. Just take a look at this course here, for example. So employees can come in and they can take a look. All courses have a description with it. It has some learning objectives, and then there are a number of courses typically that are under each learning path. So this particular learning path has 20 courses, and a user can come in and they can enroll in all courses, and they can even assign themselves a due date, or they can actually enroll in individual courses. So maybe they just want the introduction to Revit, or maybe they just want the walls course, for example. They can enroll in individual courses as well. And again, self-paced, or they can prioritize their time in learning. The second area where Pinnacle Series really stands out with learning is the tracking feature. So as administrators, Pinnacle Series administrators can come into the platform and they can use the management utility tool here, and they can access learning reports. And as your users begin to utilize Pinnacle Series and really begin to use the resources available, administrators can come in and they can run a report, and they can actually see the specific details of the users, usage, what they're learning, and they can get some information and really kind of record and report this information as well. So for example, I took this course here. I completed it back in March. I consumed 100% of the content. This one specifically doesn't have a quiz composite, but most of our courses do have quizzes to test your knowledge. And it would show that composite here. This one might, let's see, show you. Yeah, obviously I didn't do very well on this quiz, so I might want to go back and take a closer look at this, but it does provide a number of aspects and elements for you to report on. And then the third area where training is, the training concept where Pinnacle really stands out is the ability to integrate live events with that e-learning aspect. So our live events here are instructor-led. And today, more and more organizations are incorporating methods of e-learning and training. And Pinnacle Series platform really allows you to manage, schedule, track, and report live learning and training sessions. So Eagle Point believes that there's great value in a blended learning approach. So combining that quality e-learning, like the learning paths that we just saw, together with live instructor-led training and coaching really provides that value in a blended learning environment. And again, with the management utility tool, all of this can be managed. You can create live events. You can, but maybe internal experts within your organization. So sharing that knowledge across different office locations. We also have AEC experts or subject matter experts at Eagle Point that host lunch and learn type of events or what have you. Or your employees can register and attend any of the free live events available in your live events calendar as well. And they can register attendees, and the live event details can be tracked and managed in the platform. So I've spent some considerable time highlighting the learning elements in Pinnacle Series. I want to pause here for just a moment before I move on and see if there's any questions on any of those aspects at all. Okay. So we've seen and talked a lot about how Pinnacle Series is a valuable platform in providing training and the different ways that managers and administrators can track and assess. So I'd like to shift the focus just a little bit now and talk about what employees will do after that onboarding or after that training. And that really circles us back to how Pinnacle Series becomes a solution for increasing productivity. So if you consider for a moment that employees within your organization are plugging away and working on a project, and maybe they get stuck or not sure what to do, maybe the individual's coming up on a deadline and needs some answers. Instead of interrupting or taking project work time away from that go-to colleague, they now have that employee now has Pinnacle Series at their fingertips. They don't have to Google or YouTube hoping to find just the right information. They can come in here and they can run a quick search for what they're looking for. So we're all familiar pretty much with how search engines work, but within Pinnacle Series, the yielded results from the search within Pinnacle will include all of the content material and assets that are available. They become searchable, and this includes custom content as well. So your organization's content, any BIM manual, CAD manual, internal public videos or custom videos, they all become searchable and available to your staff. It's a centralized, consistent, and relevant repository of information and answers for staff. And this really results in increasing productivity. So as you can see, a quick example here, I just ran a search on stairs, which will result in all of the related public content and all of the related content from your organization as well. On the left-hand side of the screen here, there are a number of filter options. So if I want to narrow my search results to find what I need, and I can, come and consume the information and quickly get back to project work. So when I perform a search here, you'll also see the different asset types again. So here are the 4 different asset types: the documents, the learning paths, videos, and workflows. And you can, again, filter by asset type, or you can even filter by product and version year, which is very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you what a document looks like. And again, documents might be things like best practices or frequently asked questions. So this is what a typical document looks like. There are a number of figures, there are some text instructions, there may be some additional resources in here as well. And your users can come in and take a look at the documents. And if this isn't exactly what they're looking for, there are related topics over here on the right as well. And again, there are thousands of these documents inside a Pinnacle series available with your subscription and to your staff. We did already talk about learning paths, so I'm going to jump to videos here quickly. And there are a number of things with videos that I want to highlight. We have some really nice features with them. First and foremost, all of our videos in Pinnacle series are typically under 5 minutes in length. This makes them really relevant and easy and quick way to learn a new concept or brush up on a concept. Saving time so that employees can quickly access and get back to project work. Second is that all of our videos are transcribed. So you'll notice on the right here, users can follow along with the transcription as the video progresses. You can actually jump ahead in a video by clicking on the transcription, or jump behind in a video as well. Users are looking for a specific topic. If English is not your first language or preferred language, the transcriptions can also be translated into over 90 different languages. And then again, we have thousands of these videos on Revit, Adobe, AutoCAD, all at your fingertips. And again, with Pinnacle series, you can upload your own custom videos, and these can also easily be auto-transcribed as well. One other feature here is that you can also, speed up or slow down the narration. And, again, you can look for specific topics within videos as well. The last asset here is with the workflows. So workflows really they walk a user through a process from start to finish. So this allows for standardization and consistency of work across locations, offices, teams, and the entire organization. And workflows, unlike learning paths where users will come in and they'll complete a learning path and they'll move on, workflows are really meant to be referred to over and over again. So these are a step-by-step process that will be referred to and followed while working on projects. And this consistency, again, means that things are being done right, they're being done right the first time, and again, contributing greatly to increasing productivity. So to walk you through a high-level overview of a workflow, I want to just highlight on the left here. This is what we call the outline or table of contents. This diagram here represents a flow chart that illustrates the path in which a project is to be carried out. And then as you go through and you view these individual tasks, over on the right of the screen will be instructions. And again, this is one of hundreds of workflows that are already built and available to you in Pinnacle series. There are a couple of really cool features that I did want to highlight also within the workflows here. So within the workflows, there are links to videos. So you can, there's link to videos or other resources as well. So there might be links to documents, there might even be links to outside websites. But here's an example of a link to a video. A user can come in here and they can consume this video for additional help as they're working through their projects and workflows. And then one of the really nice features is with the tool command links. So this command here, this is a command that's instructing me to run a command inside of Revit. And when I click on this link, it actually takes me inside of Revit and runs the command for me. And this works inside of any AutoCAD-based product and is really a useful tool. While I'm here, I do also want to touch on our related learning topics plugin. So your employees might be working in Revit, for example, and maybe they have not logged into Pinnacle Series yet. And they're plugging away, working on a project. One way to still leverage the platform outside of the browser, and again, that productivity increase there and saving time and staying productive, is with the related learning topics plugin. So the really nice thing about this is that while working on a project, these contextual learning topics are generated through the Related Learning Topics plugin. It's a great way to have immediate access to Pinnacle Series content that are relevant to the commands that are being run in Autodesk products. And as I change commands here, you'll, whoops, I gotta click out of that. As I change commands here, you'll see that the topics also change. So really a useful tool, saves users time. And with these commands run in Autodesk products, and the topics can also be provide links to assets with your custom content as well. So a big time saver, and it uses, the users can significantly reduce the amount of time spent looking for information. All of the assets I just showed you, so the work groups, the learning paths, the videos, the documents, are all shareable as well. They each have this share icon here. There's a couple of different ways that you can share inside of the platform. You can copy a formatted link here. You can share it via an email, or you can share via notification as well. So back to the home page, another commonly used area on the home page is going to be with the My Work Groups. Work groups are an internal collaboration workspace. So it's a great one location space to organize content, training materials, and discussions for different teams. Work groups can include onboarding materials for training of new hires. It can include a team of people working together on a specific project, or a group of people in the same role. Just to give you a quick idea, in this work group, for example, a team would have exactly the right set of resources, procedures, notes, documents, and training materials that they need to collaborate on and work with. And then in work groups, there's a members tab here. So we can invite the appropriate people into this team. And there are various roles people can be assigned to. So we have owners, editors, and members. And then in addition to this, there's an area where you can also invite external members as well. So maybe you have subcontractors or external consultants that you're also working with. You can invite these people to work groups so that they can also safely and securely collaborate in the workspace with the project team. One of the other nice features within the work groups is with the notifications. So members can set up and get notifications about new content, discussions, and new members, and so on. And then there's also a discussion tab here. So users can leave a comment, they can ask questions, and collaborate with other team members as well. Then back on the home page, this area here is called My Assets. This can be thought of as sort of like your favorites area, so you can quickly and conveniently reference content. So all of the assets that I highlighted can also be shared to your assets for quick reference as well. Another feature of the Pinnacle User Tools plugin is with the download content for offline viewing. So if necessary or desired, perhaps you are going to be traveling or and will not have internet access, or maybe you're working on the job site or something, and you need some content for offline, you can download the content you want. And the nice thing about that is that when your users log back in or sign back into Pinnacle Series, that is all tracked back to the platform. Once they reconnect to the internet, that data is recorded and loaded back up. So also worth noting, again, with the management utility, from a tracking and managing standpoint, we do track general usage of the platform. So, in a usage report, for example, and again, as your users begin to really utilize Pinnacle Series and access the resources available, all of this information is getting tracked, and you can pull a report for the content that they're viewing and the frequency. A really nice one here is that you can see the top searches. So with this, you can filter across location or teams, see what is commonly being searched, what content, what topics, what training, and identify problem areas, or even target some training materials based on the search trends. And then finally, note that we do also offer syncing with your Active Directory. So to manage and maintain the users so that all of the new employees will be automatically added. Any employees that leave the company are automatically removed, and then the frequency in which it syncs is customizable to whatever makes sense to your organization. We also do offer a single sign-on for your users, so they don't have to remember yet another password, and it's more secure as well. So that wraps up the demonstration today, the high-level overview of Pinnacle Series. I do want to go ahead and turn this back over to Rose, or open this up to see if there's any questions, or see if there's anything you'd like me to highlight in more detail.
Excellent, Jill. That was a really great presentation, so thank you. I think we'll pause for questions at the end here. So definitely, if you have questions, feel free to chat them in, and we'll get to them in just a minute. So we'll let you type those in, and then I want to go back to the PowerPoint to quickly cover our subscription model and tell you more about it. So what Jill has showed you today, the Pinnacle Series, will give you unlimited access to the solution. So you can have access to all of those documents, all of those videos, all of those courses, to really make sure that you are getting the most out of your Autodesk investment and can use the tools to the best ability. With that, you can pick and choose your asset libraries and really customize the solution for you and for your organization. And that includes consuming the content in your preferred language. So we have over 90 languages available in the solution today. With that, you get great access to our reporting tools, our customization tools. Jill mentioned that we give our clients unlimited cloud storage and unlimited customization to really make this solution your trusted source of truth. So you and your staff, you can come to the Pinnacle Series not only to consume the content that's out of the box, but you can also customize it to your own organization, to your own way of doing things, so that you can make sure that everybody's following that. For our larger clients, or if you are interested, we have Active Directory, Open API, and all those good things. And then Modena will also provide live events in the solution too, so you can make sure that you're staying up to date on those live events and live training that Modena is providing. And then for our larger clients too, Jill or another team member will assist as well to make sure that you are getting the most out of your purchase. So those Rose, that's really high level, a little bit about our subscription model. Again, it is a subscription, so you'll have access to this for a year or for 3 years. But at this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Katie to maybe tell you a little bit more about this or about accessing this, and then we can open the floor for questions. Excuse me.
Thanks, Rose. And Jill, thank you very much. It was a very detailed presentation, and I'm sure it's offered everybody an oversight and introduction to what Pinnacle is and what it's all about and the benefits thereof. Sorry. Apologies, I've got a little dog barking in the background. All right. I don't want to talk about costs and subscriptions and everything on a webinar. If you do want to reach out to me and ask about a more in-depth demonstration or subscription models, please reach out to me. I'll pop my email address into the chat right now. If there are any questions, please guys put it in the chat box or in the Q&A, and between Jill, Rose, and myself, we will answer all of your questions.
Excellent. And then Katie, I do see we have a question that just came in. One is, how do I get access to the platform? Like Katie said, she'll drop her email address into the chat, so you can email her about access to the Pinnacle series. She just dropped that in there. And then another question I see here is, how secure is your content? That's a really good question. So we talked about, how you can customize the solution, how you can upload your own standards and videos, etc. So it's very important to us to make sure that this is all done safely. So the entire solution is backed by Microsoft Azure. So everything is safe. And then on top of that, everybody gets their own tenant. So none of that information that you're uploading will be accessible by anybody else. That's a really good question. And then let's see any other questions. Okay, so how up to date is your content? So that's a really good question too, because we want to make sure that we are providing the latest and greatest, especially with Autodesk putting out a lot of updates over the year, not only during right now we have new 2023 versions coming out, but there's continuous updates to the software. So we have a very large team of content creators that are all very knowledgeable. They are all Autodesk certified, but they also have experience actually working in projects, so they understand the challenges that you're going through. So that's kind of the angle that they're taking when they are creating that content. So it's very consumable. It's all very good content. And then to go back to your question of how up to date is it, they work all day to make sure that our content is up to date and is the latest, according to the latest version. But we also have older versions available as well if you are not working in the latest version. So our content is as up to date as it can be. Really good question. And I think, unless there's other questions, I think that wraps it up for today. But like Katie said, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to message us, message Modena. And we all want to thank you for your time.
Rose, before we close it off, a question has just come in from Warwick. I'll read it out, and it might be a combination of yourself and me answering it. So the question is, would it be possible to add more content or products? Would it be possible to add things like Sigma estimate videos and training on the platform?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We do not have this the Sigma estimates content in the solution today, but there is talk about it. We're talking to Modena about providing this too. So it is definitely possible. We take requests for content and features, etc., for the platform every day. And we also work very closely with Modena to understand the content that we need to be adding to the solution. So it's not available today, but it's definitely something we are actively discussing. So I think, Katie, I'm sure you would reach out to Warwick as soon as that content is in there.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Rose.
Of course.
All right, ladies, it looks like there aren't any additional questions that have come through. I have popped a couple of links into the chat box as well for all of those who had attended this afternoon. Go to our website for more information. There is a pop-up box that does come up after a few seconds once on the landing page to obtain a free trial. Please complete it, play around in the platform for a little bit. We will be in contact with you once you have started using that trial license to engage further and see if everything has been onboarded, if you have onboarded yourself correctly. My email address is there. If you need any additional information or costumes, please reach out to me. And I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to Jill and Rose. I know it is very early where you both are, so I appreciate the time that you've given us and taken a couple of our clients through the Pinnacle series. It's really informative, and really thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.